please.
Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God has given you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast. It's great to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forster, and welcome to Monday. Today is a great day to be alive. Shay's going to squeeze behind me to grab something real quick. But go ahead and put in the chat where you guys are from. And for anybody that may not know who I am, I'm Derek Forston, the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing, my personal independent living facility. But I'm also the founder and thought leader of Forston Consultants. And that's where me and my wife and my family, we go all over the world sharing the gospel and the good news of what is this shared housing and how can you start your own housing program without the need for a license, without having to own the property, and without having to go through all the trouble like the traditional group home does, right? So we do something that's called independent living facilities. And again, that's an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So again, really quickly, man, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, that is who we are and what we do. And that's who you hopefully want to be, right? So a lot of times when people join us, it's funny, but when people find us and join us, you either love God, love people, and love real estate, or you always kind of want to do something that was similar to this. So tonight's going to be like kind of like any other night, but probably a little bit shorter. So if you guys have questions or concerns, I want to make sure that you guys jump out immediately to ask your questions or any concerns that you may have. We got a few announcements that we also want to make. I want to give a big shout out to the a couple of families, man. A lot of you all joined our coaching. We had a crazy Valentine's Day sale that went on, and a lot of you guys took advantage of that. So I just want to make sure that we shout a lot of you guys out. And I may miss a few of you all, but I definitely want to shout you guys out. Also, again, if you're completely new to us, we have a free gift that we want to give you all just for saying thank you for being here. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but you chose to be here, and we super appreciate that. Also, if you text the word new to 407-326-0086, we want to get that gift to you. I'm going to put that on the screen right now. So it'll be scrolling at the bottom. If you text the word new to 407-326-0086, we want to get that free gift to you all. And again, let me know that if you're new to us, because a lot of my people that always come here, they know who we are and what we do, right? And they get this information all the time. But because tonight's probably going to be a little bit shorter, guys, you know that I'll stay here all night if it's anybody that doesn't understand what this is and just need more information. So again, we do something that's called independent living facilities. And that's, again, just an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without staff and or oversight. So it's similar to a group home, but it's not. Group home requires a license. Group home requires staff. Group home requires a state oversight. These ILFs don't, guys, and that's the cheat code to everything that we do. So really quickly, man, before I even get too far, I want to give a big shout out to the Saki family, the Frazier family, the Smith family, the Bradley family, the Montoya family, the Morris family, and the Lowe family. And it's probably a couple more, you guys, but those are the names that my team sent me already. And as far as I know, Jess did a lot of the onboarding for some of you all today. I think Jess had about 4 of those onboardings today. So that means that was your first appointment with us as Enforced Consultants. And now they throw you guys to me for your rest of your appointments. So the first appointment is usually with my assistant, Jess. And then right after that, they throw you guys to me for the rest of your coaching. So as I said, we probably won't be here super long tonight. So if you guys have any questions or any concerns about what is this model, how do we do it, let us know. Because again, guys, I can't stress it enough. Today will probably be short. I also want to make an announcement that as we announced, if you are part of the ILF Mastery Blueprint, including every family member that I just named, we're meeting now every third Wednesday of the month, and we're calling it Family Talk. So although I go live here 3 days a week and we come on YouTube together, we want to spend more time with the ILF Mastery Blueprint members and pour back into you guys as family. So a lot of your personal situations and a lot of things that I just quite frankly can't talk about here on YouTube. We want to make sure that you guys do that. So what I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and take an early break, right? So I'm going to take about a 30-second break. I'm going to come right back. Hopefully you guys have some questions for me lined up in the chat. If not, you guys know I have a little something. We always have people that brings questions during the week, but I want to make sure that I always respect the people that are here. So I'm going to take a 30-minute commercial break. I'm going to come right back and answer any questions that you guys have about how do we run these independent living facilities without owning the property? How do we build the relationships with social workers and case managers? And how can we quit our job this year to do it, right? And how can you do this without needing to buy the property? So again, over the next 20 to 30 minutes, if you have questions or concerns about how to do this, I'm going to take a commercial break. We're going to come right back. And I hope you guys have some questions because I'm ready to answer them. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God has given you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. All right, guys, we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank y'all so much for being here. We appreciate that. So before I go into anything, right, because as I told you guys, we're super lax tonight. Any questions or any concerns from anybody that's here now? And if it's anybody that's new to us, I want to know that because if you're new, you can't know all of what we do. So usually, guys, if you're new to us, I come over here and blabber my mouth for 2 hours straight. Today's going to be a little bit different, right? I'm gearing up for what we're going to be doing on Wednesday night with the ILF Mastery Blueprint members. Those are the people that take our one-on-one coaching, and every third Wednesday of the month, which is the first one is going to happen this Wednesday. I want to meet with you all, and we're just going to brand it as Family Talk. So those will be where we'll answer some personal questions. We'll go over some personal situations. We'll also kind of go over some numbers. I talk about numbers here, but not in the way that I'll talk with you guys as family. That way I can also cater it to where you live at. So again, if you're new to us and you have no clue who we are and what we do in terms of when it comes to independent living facilities, let me know. Katara, good to see you. Landy, good to see you here as well. Good to see you, Miss Tia. You guys are always here, and I appreciate you guys for always supporting us and what we do. And you guys are under our coaching, so you guys kind of know what this is. Anybody new to us at all? Is everybody just family here tonight? And I'll give that a minute because I know that some of you guys kind of get it a little bit delayed. And also, Shay want to check something. Shay wants to for us to log into Clubhouse a different way tonight to test something. So I'm gonna just hang out a little bit. And I'm telling you guys, if y'all don't have questions, man, y'all probably gonna just be staring at the screen tonight because I don't have a whole lot. So it's one of those sessions. It's kind of like those Sunday morning rooms that I'm a part of. And Katara, you know what those are like. Nobody kind of comes with content. It usually drives from one person's question, right? So that's kind of how I'm gonna let tonight go. If nobody has a question, you guys are just gonna stare at me until Shay kind of plugs this machine up. Other than that, let me go through something. I'm gonna look for something real quick. Shay, take your time, man. These people may just like looking at my beautiful face. I don't know. You all right looking Hey, Miss Linda, good to see you as well. Linda, I saw that you texted me right before you came on. And Linda, just in case if you forgot, we're here every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. now. So for years, we've been going on at 6 p.m. We do it at 7 p.m. now. And again, Shay, I don't see anybody that's new to us. So I'm going to just wait until you do your thing. I just wanted to do a quick check-in, as we always do, because you guys know that we're super consistent. So we just want to make sure that we're consistent. So Katara, no questions. Teal, no questions. Even if you guys just want to spark a question for a conversation. But other than that, I told you guys, I just want to check in with you guys, make a couple of announcements. I'm going to be out of here tonight. So if you guys don't have questions, y'all just going to be staring at me until Shay kind of gets ready. Okay. They get to be a part of our live test. You guys get to be a part of this live test that we're doing. We want to test the audio on something. We want to test a different way that we're streaming. So let's go to commercial and come right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. All right, so we are back. I see a question in the chat. Linda says, oh, that's why I haven't joined, because I've been trying around 6. So yeah, Linda, when we came to the first of the year, we actually moved it to 7 p.m. So every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on our YouTube channel. So if you're new to us, you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. And also, guys, our format, again, if you're just joining, I see some new people jumping on. Our format is usually that I come on here and run my mouth for 2 hours straight. Tonight is just a little bit different, right? I'm just doing a little bit of a check-in. But if you guys got questions, I'll run my mouth for 2 hours. But tonight is just not something I'm going to, kind of just dive deep into anything tonight. I'm gearing up for a lot of what we have going on Wednesday. I'm excited for. I hope you guys don't do this to me Wednesday.
They better not.
Because I really want to pour into you guys and talk about some things that, again, we can't really talk about here, right? So right on here on YouTube. So if you just joined us and you have questions about the independent living facility model in terms of how it's ran, how do we do it, let me know. We're also testing something. So I'm going to just hang around until we're kind of done with that. There's a question. Landy says, I don't have any questions. I'm just excited. And big shout out to you too, sis. We are super excited for you. You are family now. Also, Landy, let me know, because I noticed when you signed up, your name came in as something different. So I want to be respectful and I want to call you what you want to be called.
Right.
So do I call you Landy, Miss Landy, or do I refer to the name that you signed up with? Put in the chat, sis, because we're family now. So if you want me to call you LJ, I don't know. So you can just call me Derek, a big bro now, because we family. So, but Landy, put in the chat, what do you want us to refer you to as? Because I noticed that when you signed up, because you're one of the people that really took advantage of that crazy deal, and we appreciate you, and I'm sure you appreciate us. But when you signed up, your name was different. So I just want to make sure that we address you the correct way. Tia says, how did Saturday go? We had an open house Saturday, Tia, but believe it or not, only one person showed up, right? So, but it was a realtor that had a cash buyer, and that's what we're looking for anyway. So remember, we're not looking for somebody that's getting approved for FHA or what we would call traditional financing. And hopefully, prayerfully, we actually got a buyer. So we just still vetting the person to make sure that they're real and to make sure that they actually want the property. But we actually have a signed contract right now. So we're just kind of going through the motions of that. But Tia, thank you so much for asking.
Keep us lifted in prayer. Definitely keep us lifted in prayer.
Absolutely. That's Derek, the whole subject.
Because I see Linda is here, and let me check. Linda, I don't see you in any of the family groups. So if you're not in the family groups, I don't want you to miss out on the Zoom, the family talk Zoom that we'll be having on Wednesday. That'll be at 7 p.m. So I'm actually checking it now to see if you're in that group, Linda. And if not, I will send you a text so that you can get in the group.
Absolutely. And again, guys, don't forget, man, if you got any questions about the ILF model, let me know, because I'm Mr. ILF. It's just that today I don't have 2 hours of content that I'm going to give. But if you guys ask questions, I'll answer every question that you have. So if you're new to us, this is what we do Monday, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And Linda, right now, we're literally just testing some equipment. So, and
Linda, at the top of the list. Like, how did you get at, like, Linda is the first person on the list. That's how I scroll across her so quick. So I want to talk a little bit about what to expect for Wednesday. Again, it's going to be open discussion, family talk. Of course, Derek and I will have a few things that we want to bounce around and kind of get your understanding. We will have a lot of new family members in there. So those that are just joining and have joined our IMB university, we call it FC IMB University. I think I'm going to change the name. I'm not sure. And you'll see a lot of information in there. Like, you can scroll back, and this is for people that are interested in knowing parts of our coaching. You can actually scroll back to 2023. There's enough content in there from April 22nd, 2023 is when I started the ILF, the Facebook IMB University chat.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things for all of the newer people coming in. You guys get content from 2 years ago.
You do. Even live sessions that were recorded and sent in this room, like in this group. Also, you're going to get that opportunity to engage with Derek, myself, and other ILF family members that have been in the game for a long time. So you don't want to miss our every third Wednesday night family talk. That is where we're going to get to really talk ILF, right? The good, the bad, the indifferent, and all of that. I think because there's so many different perspectives and so many people are in different places in their ILF journey. And we want to make sure that everybody gets that opportunity to hear from others that are that have been traversing this journey from years to months, right? And even weeks. So
and all those things that we can talk about that we can't go in depth with here, like evictions and how do we deal with those knuckleheads and all of those things that, again, that we just can't go super far with on YouTube. So
so different types of conversations that we have. So make sure that if you don't have notifications on in your Telegram channel for IMB, you better make sure you have those on, because we will be sending out a lot of messages, sending out the link for our meetings, pinning new information. And as we keep diving into things that we're doing, Derek and I will be going live in the Telegram channel. Sometimes if we're out and about and something arises, we're able to just go in here in this channel and just immediately start streaming live. So you want to make sure that you have your notifications on, so that way you can either catch it live or I will repost or like after we go live. It may not go right up, but if within a couple of minutes, it'll be up as a recording. So you want to make sure that you see that. But other than that, I'm excited about, again, like I said, I'm excited about Wednesday. I'm excited about some new things that are rolling out with Digital Flow Solutions, VA 101, and just a whole lot of stuff that we're doing at Forston Consultants. And, had some amazing conversations today from the business consulting side. And so many people, especially the churches, are interested in the ILF model, Derek, once again. And their interest is coming from the fact that, housing is still in that same spot, if not a little worse than it was a couple of years ago. And they're trying to find ways that they can get involved in the housing aspect. So I'm excited to say that we'll be, reaching out to some pastors, going to some different cities to have conversations with people and just explain the importance and how they can get started with starting independent living facilities that are attached to ministry. That's a part of ministry. So I'm excited, super excited about that. And
And we're also excited about something that we're going to kind of be adding as kind of, I'm gonna call it a test pilot. We're going to probably take the first 10 people that want it. I'll give y'all a head up of kind of what it is. But it's going to be a big cheat code for people that, again, kind of want that one-on-one coaching, but just maybe couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Well, we got something special that's coming out that's going to allow people to be inside of this group for as low as $37 a month. Right. And we're going to do that for a limited amount of time for a limited amount of people. This is another big shout out to people that were in that ICC group that maybe didn't upgrade.
Correct.
This is going to be a game changer because I think if I can remember, we did you guys a favor and put y'all in that group.
IMB, yeah.
We ended that ICC group. I hope Troy's in here because he was somebody that asked about it. We ended that group, I want to say in January, but we did y'all a favor if I can remember, and we put y'all inside of that ILF Mastery Blueprint group. University, that's over with. So if you're still in there, you're lucky and we made a mistake. So you need to be one of those people that jump on this deal and be one of those 10 people that we take. I'll go ahead and admit too that we're going to do something really crazy, just like we did for Valentine's Day. This is going to be with the DIY product though. So I'm going to just give y'all a disclaimer right now, probably sometime between Wednesday and probably Monday of next week. My team is putting a crazy sale together. It's going to be for the do-it-yourself version. Right now, that product is $9.97. Because with the website, a bunch of coaching from me that's recorded, the paperwork, the document that y'all beg us for, guys, that's $9.97. But we're going to do something crazy, and I'll admit it's only going to be for about 2 weeks. And it's going to only be $297 and then $47 a month to be in that group. What's so powerful about that, though, is that group is going to allow you to still kind of get that one-on-one contact because, remember, we're now meeting with the IMB members every third Wednesday of the month. Ooh. So to me, that's going to be a cheat code for somebody that wants kind of like the one-on-one coaching and all the ILF Mastery Blueprint information without paying the big ticket. So I'll announce that one more time. The DIY that's right now $997, and we built out your website. You get all of our documents that were built by a lawyer and all of the know-how that's recorded from me. There's no one-on-one coaching with it.
None whatsoever.
But for only $297 and we still build your website, God, that's a no-brainer. And then again, for only $47 a month, you still get that one-on-one with me because you're going to be inside of the ILF Mastery Blueprint group. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's going to be a game changer for somebody.
And I'm excited about that because I get to build bots, guys. Anytime I get to do anything super techy, it makes my day. Like I've been building bots all day and reconfiguring things and getting my tech hack going. So I'm excited for that to launch out. So just know that, we're really looking at ways to make ILF owners and operators all over the nation
affordable and more of you guys. In fact, I hope that person's here. I think that person on YouTube was named JA. And they was asking, how can we make this more affordable? Right. Well, I just gave you the cheat code. I'm literally giving you all my products, all my paperwork for $297. And then you join the ILF Mastery Blueprint group for $47 a month.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy if you ask me. So it's kind of like you're still getting the one-on-one coaching without paying that big ticket. So again, guys, my name is Derek Forston. God and I built Second Chance Housing 8 years ago, right? 8 years ago. I keep saying 7, but it's actually 8 years ago. And my job now is to come here on this YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and share with you all, how do we start these housing programs without the need for a license, without the need to be a doctor or a nurse or an LPN or a CNA. There is no license required, no state oversight, and I don't have to hire staff.
Right.
So if you guys have questions, please let me know. I love questions. Normally, I come over here and blabber for just 2 hours straight, but I love questions. I want to hear from you all. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'm here for another probably 20 minutes or so, but I just wanted to, come and add value as always, but also be consistent. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, almost without fail. So who would I be if I didn't come tonight? But tonight, just the only time that I'm just a little bit different tonight, that I'd rather you guys ask questions. Other than that, y'all just got to sit around and listen to my announcements.
You want to
then Shay and I try to figure out this tech
You want to
thing.
sing?
And I may sing, and Shay may rap. You just never know. So again, if you're new to us, first of all, text the word new to that phone number that's scrolling below. I got a free gift. And again, if you new and say, well, Derek, how can you run these places with no license, bro?
Right.
Ask me. Again, because a lot of you guys come here so religiously, and I don't want to waste y'all time tonight. I just wanted to do a check-in with you all and make those announcements. But if you're new, you said, Derek, I've never heard you talk, bro. I don't know what y'all do. Break it down, Derek.
Right.
I'm good at that. Trust me. Everybody here will tell you that. Right.
So Phyllis asked, hello, Phyllis, and welcome. Do you own all of the homes? That is from Miss.
I do not. So starting out, Miss Phyllis, about, again, 8 years ago, most people are going to start this just like I did. Most people just can't go out and buy a house tomorrow. Neither could I. Today, God has blessed us and we can, but the cheat code is, Miss Phyllis, I still rent a lot of properties. In fact, today I had an appointment and the realtor canceled on me. So I'm looking for my next property right now because my virtual assistant that we use, she just filled my last bed. Well, I'm sorry, there is one more bed left. I only have one bed left. So to answer your original question, most of us rent these places. But when you get multiple properties and you're making this cash flow, as we call it, that's when we don't go buy the Gucci belt or the brand new car yet. We get another property, right? Or we start buying property. So I rented probably 4, 5, 6 properties, guys, before I was able to buy one, right? And we use the cash flow from this business credit cards. And I bought my first 2 properties, guys, using business credit cards and the cash flow from this business. So great question, Phyllis. But yeah, a lot of us. Now, Shay can answer that in a different way because of what she just did. So, Shay, talk to Phyllis.
Hello, Phyllis. So, unlike my amazing husband, I do have property. Listen, the amazing thing about it is I purchased the property from a distressed owner under market value. Was able to put about about $85,000 into the rehab budget. And now that home is well worth what I spent for it, well overvalued. And I own that property and it is an ILF or an independent living home for women. So you can do it either way. And again, Miss Phyllis, I do this as a nonprofit organization. My husband is for profit. I am a 501c3 nonprofit organization, registered and, got that 501c3 designation behind us. We are tax exempt. So again, you can do this however, but did I start off owning? I did not. I started in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah, it was like a quadplex. So I had one side of the quad and it was
what did you name it? I always like to tell people
the Bijou.
And what does that mean?
Don't do that because I can't remember.
A small quaint place
or something like that. Yeah, I was going to say a small cute place, but
same
anyway,
thing.
Same
small
difference.
Small is the biggest point to that.
And it was honestly it did exactly what it needed to do, and it was amazing. I mean, it really suited the women that I had in the house. Even though it was quaint, it was small, it was it was close knit and stuff like that. The women loved it. So again, you just have to find the right space, the right layout for you. And depending on your population type, you'll be able to see if that property will work. My 5-bedroom is very well spread out. So everybody has like their own space. They have space to like breathe. Every room is not in one area of the house. We've got a split plan and it's really split. So, everybody can kind of disappear and not be on top of each other all over the place at the same time. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
All right. So there's another question that came in from Miss Michelle. Now, I saw that one in Lead Connector. I didn't see it on the YouTube, but she's live. So she must be on Facebook maybe.
So see, this is Digital Flow Solutions at work. This is Michelle's watching live. And sorry to tell on you, sis, but you are literally sending us messages and we're able to get them. So this is Digital Flow Solutions and this is the app on my phone.
And even though she's live on Facebook watching it, it still came to my phone. So I was like, why did that not pop up on?
She texted. It was a text.
It was a text?
System. Yeah.
Because I said, hey, come and tell us this live on YouTube. She says, I am live.
Right.
So I assumed she was on.
No, it's a text. It was
perfect.
An SMS.
Okay, got it. So her question was, and I'll let Shay and I both tackle it.
Yeah.
Is there a limit to how big the ILF can be?
No. No. Sorry, no, not at all. We've had properties from, like I said, 2 bedrooms. We've consulted a gentleman that has one. Not an efficiency, but an actual 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I've done it in a 2-2. I've done it in 3-2s, very small 3-2s, and still been able to house 6 ladies at a given time. Our largest home, Derek, would have been the one on the lake. We had 2 on the lake. So those 2 were probably our biggest homes, because this house right here that you see is the estate. That's Derek's male home. He can house 15 males there. But we also had a property here in Orlando that we could have housed 20. Remember the big one that sat on like on 2 acres of land. And it was built out with all of these rooms. I can't even remember how many bedrooms was in it. Like, it was weird. The layout was really crazy. The person who did the additions just added rooms. Like, it was really wonky. But it's just up to you. You can go as small or as large as you want, but you just got to be mindful that, multiple bodies mean multiple personalities. So you've got to make sure that you're assessing correctly and that you're making the right matches if you're doing double occupancy rooms. So you want to make sure that you're really educating yourself and knowing who you already house in order to, facilitate cohesive living. And that's the hardest part of it. Like, cohesive living is the tough and fun part that you get to kind of maneuver your way through.
Yeah. So I'll kind of just piggyback off of Shay. So I'll put up a few pictures to show you, Michelle. And Michelle, if you can put in the chat, or for 2 or 3 people can say, yes, Derek, I can see these pictures. Because y'all, sometime with my non-techie self, I'm thinking I'm showing y'all something and y'all don't see nothing. So let me know if you guys can see these pictures. So it can be as small as this. This is actually a 2-bed, 1-bath. They told you that this is one of my largest ILFs right there, and it's called the estate. This is even bigger. So now you're talking 7 bedrooms, 5 bath, right? So we tell people, start somewhere. Phyllis, we don't care where you start at. Michelle, I don't care where you start. Shay told you that we launched a guy that's got a 1-1.
Yeah.
Shay started in a 2-2. So a lot of times when people see these big houses that we have, they'll get all caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that, because some of those houses are high priced, takes a lot of money to get in them and a lot of skill to fill them.
Yes.
So I tell people, start with that 3-2, preferably that 4-2. I'll admit the 4-2 is probably my favorite, because no matter where you live at, that's going to probably give you the best amount of profit, experience, and it's going to be manageable.
Yeah.
Right. That 3-2, depending on where you live at, may not be that much of profit, depending on where you live and what you renting it for.
Correct.
But most times, guys, with that 4-bed, 2-bath, it's hard to lose like that. Here's a 3-bed, 2-bath. So we got them in all kind of sizes. This is that 4-bed, 2-bath, right? This is that mobile home that I keep telling you guys about, that we're able to do it in that. So to answer Michelle's original question, doesn't matter how big it is, but if you're new to this, and Michelle, your family now, Michelle, I wouldn't really want you to go out and get an 11-bedroom home. Michelle, I really want you to go out and get an 8-bedroom home today. Now, if you say, Derek, big bro, this price is so great, Derek, I'd be a fool to turn it down. Then we would talk about that, because guess why, Michelle? You're an ILF Master Blueprint member, so you and I can talk about it. We can talk about the numbers, how we're going to do it, how we're going to fill it, and how we're going to assist you in doing so. But for the average person, I'm looking at you guys to getting that 3-2, that 4-2. And again, if you were listening, my favorite for you to start in is that 4-bed, 2-bath. Manageable, ain't going to be enough of profit built into it for where by the time that you get 2 of them, you can probably leave your job.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're going to talk about with you guys as family members in the IMB, because I talked about it just briefly last Saturday, of how most of you all can get 2 of these houses that I'm showing right here, and y'all can probably leave your job because of the profit that's going to be built into it. Watch this, and I won't go crazily deep into it, but if I get this 4-bed, 2-bath home here, and I taking 8 people from homeless to hopeful, because we remember most times it's going to be 2 people per room like this. Guys, most of the time, 3 people are going to cover all of your bills. The rent, the lights, the water, the Wi-Fi, the insurance. By the time most of y'all get the client 4, 5, 6, 7, and however many you can house, Tia, that's where your profit comes in at. Can two of y'all put in the chat, Derek, that makes sense? Guys, no matter where I'm at with what I do in my city and most people I coach, the first 3 people usually covers y'all bills, what I would call your overhead. And I'm going to say this really slowly because I know I talk fast and sometimes I stutter. But the example of one of my houses right now in Orlando, it's a 4-bed, 2-bath, and it's $1,800 a month. I'll admit, that's pretty sweet. Hard to find that deal right now today. But guys, for $1,800 and I'm $740 a bed, and let's just use $700 for even numbers. Guys, my first 3 people, because if you're good at math, 7 times 3 is 21. So $2,100, and I just told you my rent is $1,800. Client number 4, 5, 6, and 7, those 4 people, that's profit going in my pocket.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this model so powerful. It's ministry. We take people from homeless to hopeful, and the love of God is built into it. Not because Derek said it, but the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. Tia said that makes sense. Only me and Tia thinks that makes sense right now. No problem.
Yep.
Next question. Love it.
So the next.
And Michelle, let me know if that makes sense to you too, because I didn't check that text yet.
So how much should I pay above market rate?
That all depends on how bad you want that house.
Yeah.
I had a guy one time jack the price up on me so high, but it didn't matter because I needed it. I wanted it. He double charged me, triple charged me.
There was a
security
caveat.
Fees.
That's a caveat to that, though. You could see but you could see the profit. You can see the profitability in it. So the money still has to, it still has to make logical, financial sense, right? You don't want to get a home that is so overpriced that you're ending up in the
you gotta be profitable.
You're in a negative every month.
Yep.
So the goal is to make sure that at capacity, you are literally not just breaking even or falling underneath that, underneath your your profit margin lines. So you just want to make sure of that.
Yeah. This house that's on the screen right now, and I give this example all the time, and I'm so glad you brought this up. This gentleman, when I broke it down to what I wanted to do, the way that I teach you guys how to say it, he was like, Derek, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. I don't trust you or this thing you talking about.
Sure did.
Really? He said, Derek, so if you want this house, in other words, y'all, he was trying to make it unattainable.
Yeah.
He said, Derek, if you want this house, I want a double deposit. I want a security.
Yes.
And Derek, and guys, when he gave me that number, it was $7,200 to get in this place. But I knew because of the math and the amount of bedrooms and what I was charging, man, forget about that $7,200. You want $2,200 a month? Let's go. And I'll admit it was $1,800 back then. He bumped it to $2,200 with one email and one text. Derek, we going from 18 to 22, bro. You want it? Take it or leave it. If not, you can leave tomorrow. That's how he came to me, y'all.
He did.
And that's a lot of that family talk I'm going to be showing y'all in the ILF Master Blueprint.
Yeah.
He didn't, guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He said, Derek, I don't believe in you. I don't trust this business you talking about. But bro, if you want this house, I'll give you a chance if you got $7,200.
That run me my money.
Run me my money.
Literally.
And y'all, I'll be honest, early in the game, I kind of didn't have it. I robbed Peter, paid Paul, because I knew that if I got this house, that this would be one of my biggest income producers ever. And watch this. Forget about the money for 2 seconds, because the money follows ministry. It's built into it. The more bedrooms I have, the more lives I can save and help. Yeah. So the way that I view it, even though this house can hold 15 to 16 people, we don't do it that way. Because most of my guys in this house, they want their own room.
Exactly.
So back in the day when I first got this house, man, I had 11, 12, 13 people in this house at all times. But now today, we max out at about 9 people. Why? Because my first up top 4 bedrooms, man, them guys want to be by themselves. Derek, I want my private room, bro. I don't want to share no room, Derek. That shared accommodation is nice, bro. But tell me more about that private suite, Derek. Tell me about that room, Derek, that I can be in by myself with no roommate.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of my guys are there like. So back to Phyllis's original question. Phyllis, as long as the math makes sense, and that's what we go through heavily in our coaching, because I want you to be profitable.
Yeah.
Even though we talk about ministry and the love of God and all that, if you ain't making no money to feed your family, that's tough. God wants you to prosper while helping his people. That's why this model is so genius.
Correct.
One more time, God wants you to prosper while helping his people. That's why it's called ministry. Mm-hmm. Everybody wins. You win because you make the income. The person wins because they're no longer homeless, and God gets all the credit. Make sense, everybody? That's why they call this ministry. Next question, Shay, because they're coming in now. I like this format better.
Exactly. Where do you find clients? So first and foremost, listen.
Shay, you're nonprofit. How would you answer that? And is it any difference?
No. So for me, my clientele come from, again, everywhere, right? My information is listed. My team is posting on social media regularly, daily, I should say. I'm going to hospitals, case management offices. I'm connecting with other homeless networks, organizations in my community, and that's where we're getting the word out. And those are where the residents are coming from. I am a nonprofit, so guess what? I'm listed on 211. So, 501c3s, nonprofits do get listed on specific platforms without you even knowing. So I get calls from everywhere. Like I get calls from schools. I get calls from businesses. I get calls from churches. I get calls from other organizations, like the homeless coalition here calls me. All the mental health organizations call me. The hospitals call me, and they've seen where, like they may have, let me go back to businesses. I've had employers call me because they found out that one of their employees is living in the car. So again, they got a full-time job. They just know that they can't afford to put them up in a hotel. So what they're doing, they're looking for somebody that can accommodate them within their price bracket. So my clientele base comes from everywhere.
So my clientele kind of the same. And if you went to my Facebook or Instagram page, you'll see that I'm running my big mouth all over the place and we're posting every day. So I'll admit probably 90% of our clients come from some form of social media. Because guess what? Case managers and social workers do on their lunch break while they're eating their cheese sandwich. Exactly. They're scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and there I go running my big mouth wearing a shirt like this. Mm-hmm. So most of the time, the advertising, again, not being funny, 90% of it's coming from social media. Yeah. Right? That other small 10% is because, again, I've kind of been in this a long time now, and God has blessed it that where my name is all over the city. So a part of my coaching is that, yes, you're going to be great, but we also pray that you're going to be great and pray that God puts your name and your program on the lips of the right people. Correct. Right. Also, if you can put in the chat XHIR 2012, where are you located? Our coaching is in 37 states, and we believe in a model that we don't need a license to do what we do. He says that I can only house 3 unrelated individuals, no matter the number of bedrooms.
Can I tell you something?
So with the independent living facility model, that probably overrides that. So again, Shay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, I just want to say this. That's most states. And that's just a civil ordinance. But when you have your city commissioners calling you saying that they need help, when you're telling, when you've got your city managers and all of these different entities that will normally say no, saying, hey, we need your help, that overrides everything. So know that where there is a will, there's a way.
And also what Shay means by that is when I first got started, my city told me the same thing. Derek, you can't do this here. Derek, you need a license. And now my city begged for this very model. Yeah. So again, there will be no way that my coaching would be in 37 states now without us being able to do it. And again, big bro or ma'am, what makes this so powerful, and I'm not sure, I'm so sorry. What makes this so powerful is that we're serving people that are completely independent. So essentially, all we're doing is renting rooms. What makes this genius for us is that we put structure and rules behind it, like a licensed place. So really quick, really slowly, if you just joined us and you're new to us, these are called independent living facilities. I watched a lady make $41,000 a month doing this as a social worker, and I begged God to let me get in it. Yeah. The day that I found out, XHIR 2012, that this lady didn't own the places, she didn't have a license, and she was making 41 grand housing people in rats and roaches, I said, oh, I got to get in this. Right. There is no way I sit to the wayside and not do this thing. Have you ever saw somebody living your dream but doing it the wrong way? And that's what I felt like. Can you imagine rats and roaches in this picture that you see right now? Because I got some bad pictures that I can show you. Exactly. And that's what I saw. And when I found out that I can rent rooms to people that are independent, and independent means for me, I jokingly say this, but they can cook their own bologna sandwich. They can take their own medications, and they can provide their own transportation via Uber, Lyft, their insurance company, or their cousin that lives in the next city. Anybody but me, because I don't provide transportation. Yep. We provide a safe living environment for adults that are able to live and thrive means do well, without the need for all that oversight because they're independent. What gets people into trouble doing this is when you try to do this model and you try to give out medication, you trying to feed people. That's another question from Michelle. We are not feeding people, guys. My clients, all of them believe that they're chefs, that they can cook. They don't want me cooking their food. And that's the joy of it. Why do you think Shay and I own so many businesses? Because when we started this one, which is what we call our tree trunk, we then branches sprung from it because we're not needed in this business 24 hours a day. So it allows you to scale and do other things. Yeah. So XHIR, you in Mississippi, no problem. Your rents are low. This is going to be affordable for you. And your 2.5, 3 clients going to cover all your bills. Yeah. Client 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 5 people for you going to bring profit. And I'm going to tell you right now, according to where you live at, that's probably $700 per bed, 600 times 5, that's $3,000 profit in your pocket for doing God's will, being the beacon of light in your community, and also making enough money to feed your family. That's what we live by. And if you're new to us, thank you for being here. Text the word new to anybody that's new. We got a free gift for you. Don't cost you nothing. 407.
What is it? 326-0086. Text the word new to 407-326-0086. We had a free gift for you. So definitely want to say thank you for spending your time here. James Austin.
What's going on, Mr. James? Thank you so much for your question.
A typical 4-bed and is about $4,500 a month. So here we go. There's the question. Hey, y'all, what would be a good price to charge when the house monthly is rented at that $4,500 to $5,500 a month?
So the interesting thing, James, is that depending on where you live at, your prices are going to be different. A lot of y'all just heard me say $700 earlier. James, you do not charge $700.
You don't.
I coach people right now in Jersey, no problem. Your beds are not the same beds as mine. So James, imagine those 2 beds right there in your place in Jersey. You're probably $950 a bed, James. I can't charge $950 for that where I am. Just like the lady that I'm coaching in Macon, Georgia, she charges $450. So we're all different. Also, the way I coach people, here's some free coaching. Depending on where you live at, you may have to go to what I call the outskirts. Right? Yeah. I also jokingly tell people that New York, Massachusetts, Jersey, California, Oregon, and Washington are kind of not my favorites. But I coach people in all of those areas. Right? So it works. It's just according to what you're going to charge. And we help you decide what you're going to charge according to where you are, according to your zip code, and what are you close by? Are you housing military veterans? Are you housing what we would just call the everyday displaced homeless person? Are you working with programs that are cut the check to you, James? So there's a lot of different questions in that. But even right now, just for example, I want to just play with that. You said 4,500
to
55 for and that's a 4 or a 5?
I believe,
Okay, boom. So if you're going to pay that much, I'd rather you get the 5-bedroom then. So let's just do on some small numbers, right? Because it's going to be more than 900, but I'm going to just say 900 because I charge 900. Well, actually, I charge 950 for a private room, meaning this room that you're looking at with 1 bed in it. So let's just call it this. We got a 4-bed, 2-bath. James just rented that or leased it in Jersey. And James is charging $900 per bed. $900 times 8 people is $7,200. Here's some more of my coaching. Somebody gonna say, wow, that's a lot of profit still, Derek. James may be saying, well, Derek, that's not enough of profit for me, bro. Everybody's got their own mindset of where they want to be in terms of profit margins. Let me give you some game real quick. Shay and I are also in what we would call regular real estate. I rent to a mom, dad, and 3 kids and 1 set of income.
Talk to.
If you make in regular real estate after all your bills paid, taxes, insurance, all of that stuff, property management, if you make $100, $150 a month, they say you're doing good. In real estate, they said that if you make $300 a month doing that model, you're doing real good. And anything over $500 a month on the regular real estate model to a mom, dad, and 2 kids, they say you're knocking it out the park. But guys, with the ILF model, can somebody put that math in the chat that I just told y'all?
What was it?
$900 times 8 people that you took from homeless to hopeful is still $7,200. $7,200 even minus your $5,500 on the high end. And we ain't even talking about a 5-bedroom. I'm talking about a 4. God, that's still good money. So again, I often tell people, I don't care where you live at. When you begin to double these numbers up, James, and James, watch this, James, because James, if you're new to us, this is going to be your first time hearing this. James, I compare this 4-bed, 2-bath to a multi-family unit building. I got a buddy of mine that owns an 8-unit building, Mr. James. James, him and I both house 8 people, but I make more income and I make a bigger impact in my community because of what I do. So he also spent a bunch of money to buy that building. 6 figures as a down payment, and he got a hefty monthly payment. James, I went and rented this place. So James, tell me in the chat if that makes sense to you. Or I want to know James' opinion on, James, is that enough of profit for you? Because we still got to pay lights and water and gas. And remember, James, I gave you the low end of 900. You probably going to be higher. I teach a nurse at ARNP right now in Jersey. They charge like $980 per bed, and it's shared. So both of those beds are $980. So again, depending on where you live at and depending on what you want your profit margin to be, that's what's going to make your numbers make sense.
So I'm going to say, if you want feasible heads to beds, and I say that because you don't want to max this thing out, right? Because that's more work for you, more of the relationship aspect that you may have to mitigate. If you're looking at what the number Derek gave you, that was how many people per bed that was again? I'm sorry.
That was 900 and it was 8 people.
No. Okay, so it was 8
and I
people.
Actually never do my numbers on being full.
No, I know. But I'm just saying for 8 people in that 5-bedroom.
4-bedroom.
Oh, excuse me, 4-bedroom. Oh, my bad. I did the other thing. So I'm saying, like, is an extra $700 a month not worth it for you? Is it not worth looking into? Yeah, $700 is not bad at all.
Because in your regular real estate, he says it does. So James, I asked you a bunch of stuff. So I'm not sure what you're answering, but that's a good question Shay is posing. And that's why I said everybody's got a different mindset. Well, Derek, if I don't make at least $3,000, I don't want to do it. Derek, if I don't make $1,000, I ain't doing it. Well, where are you at, James? Just share that. Everybody actually. So is $1,700 enough of profit for you all? Or do you want it to be bigger? And remember, depending on where you live, it's going to be different for all of us.
If you want to and this is why I tell people here, right? Because we can get so lost in the financial aspect of it. Are you willing to do this even when every resident gets on your last daggone nerves, right? Because $700 may not be a benefit to you. But at the same time, you got to realize that it's going to be more so about the souls that's being saved than the bottom line, right? The goal is to be profitable. Yes. You don't want to be, digging a ditch and trying to figure your way out financially every month.
Yeah.
But the whole thing too is the mission behind the ministry. You want to make sure that, you're doing this with the right heart, because it's very, very, very easy to see the dollars and cents. And then when people start seeing what you're doing and you're doing it successfully, you're going to have real estate investors saying, hey, I heard you do X, Y, and Z. I got houses. You want to, I got houses. I know you filling beds. Can I connect with you? And then they're throwing houses at you left, right, and center. And then now you've got other organizations coming to you and all of this stuff. And what I don't want people to do is get so caught up in, yes, know your profits, know it, right? But don't be so focused on I'm making profit, because that's one way to get really, really quickly just over your head in this business and get burned out. Yeah. Right.
You got to spend your time building a nice business, nice ministry. It can be the money's going to come, guys. Money's built into this. It can be difficult. Yeah. So if Shay is what she's saying going over your head, let me break it down in simple terms. Guys, money is built into this. You don't have to be so consumed with the money. I just told you, every house you get, your first 3 clients are going to pay all your bills. You focus on client 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For most of you all, I can say that with so much confidence because I've been doing this so long, y'all. I don't care where you live, what it costs, as long as you do it the right way in terms of how we coach it, right? Of course, there's some small caveats in there. But for most of you all, your first 3 clients that God is going to allow you to save from being homeless, they're going to cover all your overhead. Client number 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, or however many beds you got, that's what you can now multiply times your bed price to get what your profit is every month. And if you do this the right way with the love of God, and not like the lady that I saw doing this, housing people in rats and roaches, it's going to be a no-brainer.
Yep. Because the first thing I'm going to tell you, James, if you're under me and I'm your coach, I'm going to say, James, that $700 for the first 6 to 9 months don't belong to you. I'm going to say, heck, for the first year, put it in a stash. Don't even touch it. Don't do anything with it. Don't even consider yourself profitable. Just put it somewhere. Because now the focus is, how can we utilize that to get into a property that you can now own and transition, that $5,000 down to maybe possibly $3,500 on a mortgage, right? And say, thanks, homeowner, for allowing me to start this thing here. But now I'm going to go over here and purchase my own property, right? So there are certain things that I would tell anybody that comes into this business, for that first year, your mind needs to be completely grind mode. And if you need to dibble and dabble, and build business, build good, strong business.
We talked a lot about that last
James
week.
has a nonprofit. Right. He says, and we're looking.
That's what Shay does, James.
Yeah.
James, I'm an LLC. Shay is nonprofit. So you're talking her talk right now. Shay, go ahead.
Yeah, it is self-sustainable.
Read that whole comment and then just tackle it, Shay, because I want everybody to hear it.
We have a nonprofit and we are looking to make sure the ministry is self-sustainable, looking to house men from jail. Later, we want to open a for-profit with the same concept. Absolutely. It is absolutely allowable. We're actually meeting with I got to reach out to them again tomorrow. Derek, remind me. But we're reaching out. We're now connecting with developers and having different conversations, because what people don't know, that there's a lot of funds. There's a lot of things that you can get access to within this model. Every state is struggling from a housing issue, right? A housing crisis. So no matter what certain things are in the books or in the laws, right now, a lot of states are, saying we just need help. We just need help. Like I just told our team the other day, I think it was Saturday, that I shared the census for Florida, the homeless point in time count. It was over like 32,200 and something people that are homeless on that night for that count for the state of Florida. That's a lot of people that need assistance. So if you think of it from, and most likely, I'm going to say a good 75% of them have an income. Have some form of an income, right? So just be mindful that there's a lot of opportunity in your states. They're looking for those organizations, those partnerships that you can get assistance and help you. Like prime example, there's another nonprofit
I like
organization.
what Harold just put in chat. I'm gonna address that next.
Yeah, I have another organization that's some does exactly what we do in housing, and they're a nonprofit. And guess what the state did? They pretty much told them, hey, you're still under the regular housing information. Nothing's changed. We haven't changed the zoning rules, regulations, nothing. Do what you do because we need your help. So again, it's a lot that you can do with that nonprofit, to get to really open a lot of doors in your states to get this thing done. So it's very, 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 it's there for you. So go for it.
And also, James, you mentioned working with the, and thank you so much, James, and everybody for, asking these questions. Cause as y'all can see, we thrive from the questions.
Harry.
In fact, that just made me almost lose my thought, because that's what I was going to address next.
I'm sorry.
But back to James is that, James, if this is what you want to do, we would love to coach you as well, because you also mentioned about working with the jail. So here's some free coaching too, James. See if there's a company in your city that's called Operation New Hope. We work with them. They work directly with people that are being discharged from jail that need housing. and they'll pay for it up to the first 3 months. Usually they're based out of Jacksonville, Florida, but they've been spreading all over. So I'm telling a lot of people that I'm coaching. So get that for free tonight. Operation New Hope. And lucky for us, Shay has us signed up to go and meet with the jail next. In fact, two appointments. One is with the jail, to where over, I think it's 600 people, y'all, in less than 90 days will be released from jail. They want us to interview a lot of these people and present before them. A lot of these people will be reinstated with their SSI and SSDI. If you're completely new to this and you don't know what that is, that means a check, as some people call it, or a monthly income that'll pay for this housing. When you go to jail, ladies and gentlemen, they stop that check. How crazy is it, or how great is it that you can go stand before 600 inmates or people? And guys, I like to think out of 600 people, 300 of them are really good people that are going to have the income and that's going to meet your criteria, because everybody's not. But what if you get the opportunity to go and serve and present before that? That's why for the last 2 weeks, all we've been talking about is relationship. Most of y'all are trying to get the real estate so fast and you ain't met nobody. I keep telling you, if you get the relationship right, the real estate gonna come. Or the real estate is easier to handle. But if I put a 4-bed, 2-bath in your hands right now today and give you the keys to it, or a digital door code, because we don't do keys. Watch this. Most of y'all will drown because you haven't built the relationship. And now you're draining your finances to keep that relationship, then real estate. Most of y'all are focusing too much on, well, I got to get me a house. Well, what social workers have you met? Who are you talking to on social media? Who know your phone number, your website? Who knows how to contact you for housing, whether you have a house or not? Big shout out to the Wilson family. You guys jumped on that housing referral agency. You said, Derek, I want to house people, and we don't have a house. But Derek, you got a webinar that showed me how to house people, and I don't need a house. I make referrals and make money. Yes. The HRA webinar, guys, is a 14-minute webinar. It'll change your life. It allows you to get into it without having the actual real estate. Okay? We need to Mr. Harry. Big shout out. I want to make sure that my guy from Mississippi is seeing this. Harry's under our coaching, but what's so cool is that Harry is also in our family, which a lot of other people that also cuddle and hug Harry and help him. The coaching comes from us, but because of this family that we've built, we got people in Harry City, and they work together and they fill each other's beds. Look at what he typed in the chat. And if you ain't no hater, if I was five of y'all, I would type, congratulations, Harry. Harry said, I'm profiting 2,300 and the house is not even full. Harry, how many beds you have? Lord have mercy. That's what I'm talking about. I want to know how many. Can five of y'all just say congratulations, Harry? In fact, I'm gonna be the first one unless somebody beat me. Hold on. I just want to know how many beds he has available. Congrats, Mr. This is powerful. Harry. Can I get 5 people that would love to celebrate somebody else until it's your turn? Katara, you better tell them what happens when you celebrate other people before it's your turn. Because Katara be the one. Let me get my comment because I don't see nobody yet. They go Phyllis. Okay. Phyllis said something. Yeah, I wanted to almost be first. One more time, and if you're not a hater, and I say that being funny, y'all, because all of us are God-fearing and we love people and we love God and we love this. But guys, I would love if 5 of y'all, more y'all can say, man, Harry, congratulations, big bro. Because watch this. Harry is also a little bit like Katara in terms of how I tell y'all, most of y'all not gonna meet me Monday, get a house Friday, and have it filled next Sunday. Right. It took Harry a little while. But look at what he just put in the chat. How exciting is that, y'all? That he's profiting $2,300 and the house is not even full. Harry, I'm actually Harry, can you tell them is that a 4-2, 5-2, 3-2, 1-2? What is it, Harry? Left. He has 2 beds left. And Harry, just give the people make them salivate. What do you charge per bed? Wow. Where are you located, Harry? Charmaine, you see this guy? That is crazy. Linda, you see this guy? Harry, I'm about to say. And what I love so much, again, I've said it 5 times, but I'm going to repeat this one more time. Because I keep telling you, I don't know what's going on in South Carolina and North Carolina, but y'all are just bombarding us with joining us with the coaching. I got a good feeling our next speaking engagement going to be in South Carolina. Say it again. Okay. Harry and Qatar gonna help us put it together.
That's right.
But watch this. Now, y'all, we laugh and we joke and we play in this room all the time, but we can be serious for 13 seconds. Can you guys imagine leaving your job and profiting $2,300 on a property that maybe you don't even own? Now, God bless Harry. He owned that place. Harry is like a rare 6% of people that I coach. 94% of y'all are just like me. From day one, you're going to have to rent or lease that place, and it's no problem. Because even though today, Shay and I can buy property, watch this. If you rent or lease, you can outgrow me and Shay, because I can't buy a property. I can't buy a property every month. But I can rent one every month. And I tell y'all this all the time. For me, ILF number 4, 5, and 6 all came within 27 days of each other.
Let's not even talk about that.
Shay and I almost killed ourselves, just tired, drained, but we trying to save the world.
That was a lot.
And Shay, was that dumb of us to do that? Kind of. Not so fast.
We had no business trying to do that.
But y'all, when the calls are coming in and the demand is weighing on your back and is what you prayed for, let's go. I said, God, I want to leave my job. God, I want to get a bunch of clients and a bunch of houses. So who are we to complain when it kind of does happen? So Shay and I was dragging. We was tired. We said, Lord, we thank you. Lord, we thank you. We so tired.
We look so pitiful.
And then Katara, tell him, Katara, what is the greatest feeling ever, Katara, when you do get that phone call from that military veteran, that elderly adult, and they tell you that there is no plan B, and you all they have, Katara.
Yeah.
You do an assessment, you move them in, and welcome them to 311 Solutions. Katara, can you just tell the people what kind of feeling you get when you move people in? Back to you, Harry. Harry's in Columbia, South Carolina, and the beds run anywhere between $750 and $850. How did he know that? Coaching from us. How do you know what to charge? I don't care where you live at. We're going to coach you what your number should be. Harry said, yes, on the property and looking to buy the next property within the next 6 to 8 months.
Come on, bro.
Now watch this. Harry is one of those kind of people that I jokingly talk about that's more on that bougie side. Harry don't want to rent no places. He don't want to lease no place like us. Harry, can you put in the chat to help somebody? Harry, why do you only want to buy the property instead of renting or leasing? Because watch this. I shot a video 2 weeks ago. There's all kind of investors. We're all different. Harry said, Derek, if I can buy the property and ownership and have equity in it, and I don't have to ask nobody for permission, Derek, I want to buy it. See his mindset? Mm-hmm. Maybe your mindset said, well, Derek, man, I can't buy no house. Derek, I can barely borrow some money to rent one. Well, that means you were just like me when you started. No problem. Because if you see my beginning story, I prayed to God. I begged him. I said, God, I finna go and rent a house. I'm going to scrape the money up, God. And God, after I get it, it's on you now. Because God, you told me the poor and needy will always be among us. And God, you said that if I do unto the least of thee, you said it's like I'm doing a favor unto you. And that's why I tell people this is, yes, it's real estate. Yes, it's a business, but guys, this is ministry. Guys, I have a ministry without being a pastor. Shay, my whole family thought when I grew up, that boy gonna be a pastor. Derek gonna be a preacher, y'all.
You talk too much?
Because I talk too much and I'm loud and I'm exciting. But I ain't gonna be no pastor or no bishop. But I am a minister of real estate, and God is entrusted me. I like that. I need to coin that.
Okay, minister.
And God has entrusted me to help people through real estate, y'all. We laugh and we joke and we play. But the Bible said, and not Derek, that the poor will always be among me, Katara. So if I'm doing this thing where I'm taking people from homeless to hopeful, to me, y'all, that's ministry. And watch this for the people that have never met me. We believe in this. Love God, love people, love real estate. One more time. Love God, love people, love real estate. And if you're smart, you mesh it all together. Watch this. Here's another one if you're taking notes. Please, God, help people be respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family.
Yes, sir.
Can I get 3 people to say, yeah, Derek, I can live by that, bro? And I'll slow it down because I know I talk fast. My prayer for y'all is for y'all to please God through helping people, right? Help people housing the homeless. Be respected by your community. Guys, 7 years ago, I was a nobody. Today, because of what I do, not because I'm so great, because of what I do in my city, guys, my community respect me. I'm a big person in my city now, Shay and I. And I'll be honest, not because of Derek Forston, but because of this second chance housing thing. Forget about Derek. One of the first things that I teach you guys in my coaching, let's forget your first and last name for 2 seconds and let's build a business. Let's build a ministry.
Yeah.
And again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Last time, please God, I want y'all to help people. I want your community to respect you while you're doing it. But I also, Shay, I want these people to make enough money to feed their family, Shay, and build the kingdom of God. Because somewhere in that good book, it says that if we put all our focus on God, all our plans before ours, if we build God's kingdom before our own, put God's ideas and thoughts before our own, and be on God's plan book and not saying, God, can you get on my plan book? I want to be on God's plan book. Exactly. God, what is your plan? Not God, these are my plans. Come on. The Bible says, if I do that, it says all of these things shall be added unto me. And Shay, that means that stuff you want, those likes, those gimme stuff, because your everyday needs are going to be taken care of doing this thing. God honors this so much, your everyday needs going to be taken care of. But that all your wants are going to be also covered. Shay, I think this is a great time to take a quick break. I need to take a glass of water. Guys, Shay and I are going to be here for another 15 minutes. I was about to leave early till y'all just came with all of these questions. I love this format better. This is going to be the new way. So if y'all don't come with questions, I just sit like this in front of the screen. But if you got questions, I'll talk for 2 hours. So let's take a quick commercial break. And guys, we'll come right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, we are back. Miss Shay, it's on you. Yeah, right, Derek. So we are back. Let's go back in the chat because I love this format. I love the questions versus me just giving y'all stuff, right? So I love that. Phyllis says, look, Derek, all I can afford is $47 a month right now. When does that start? Yeah. Phyllis, I like that. Phyllis, get straight to the question, Derek. Look, dog, hey man, when did other things start? So Phyllis, give my team just a little bit. And Phyllis, now Phyllis, if you're real smart, because I think the way Shay is building it, you got to get that HR8 at the 297. Now, if Shay allows you guys just to get into that, just that only, I'll let her decide that. But the way that I think it's being built, the DIY, the do-it-yourself version of our coaching, guys, right now is $997. When we do release this crazy sale that we're talking about in about 2 or 3 days, it's going to be $297. And guys, it comes with your website build out, all the paperwork, and a bunch of coaching from me that's been recorded. Right. So the MSI group coaching that we was charging people $4,500 for, guys, I recorded it and y'all get that. Remember, you get all of that and the paperwork. Guys, our documents cost over $8,000 to get it built from a lawyer. So for 14 days, when we do release it, for 14 days, it's only $297. And it's $47 a month to be in the ILF Mastery Blueprint group. And that's what's going to be the cheat code, because it's still like you're getting the one-on-one coaching. And again, guys, for $47 a month, that's the cheat code. So Phyllis, be on the lookout. They're going to build a trigger word for it. They're going to say, hey, Phyllis, text the word. I don't know what it's going to be. And that's going to allow you guys to enroll into that. So if anybody wanted our coaching ever, but cost was a thing, even from the Valentine's Day sale, because that was crazy too. The DIY, guys, is only going to be $297, and it still comes with all the paperwork, all the documents, all the coaching, all the ebooks, and you still get access if you want it to the virtual assistant. Yeah. Right. So, and we're going to build your website and the telephone. Remember, all that covered that, y'all, for $297. Crazy. Y'all and 40, and I'll admit, to me, The $47 a month to be in that IMB mastery group is probably even more worth it than that thing.
Especially
but
with the
they go together.
Wednesday.
So why would you not want all the paperwork? Why would you not want me to build your website, Phyllis? Well, not me, but the team. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So Linda says, I took a house that is a little expensive and I am struggling, but I have 4 people now. Still will come a little out of pocket. I still have 5 beds open. I need anyone's help to fill it out. Perfect. So if you just heard what Linda said, Linda, can you also put in the chat where you're located
and how they can get in contact,
what city and state, assistant, and how do they contact you, Linda? Linda just showed you guys what an HRA should help her do. HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency. I have a 14-minute webinar that if you watch it, you can fill Linda's beds. I don't care where you live at. You can live in California and Linda's in Orlando. You can still fill her beds and Linda will gladly pay you. So I teach you guys in a 14-minute webinar that if you just text the phrase info, we changed it and made it shorter. If you just text the word info, INFO, to 407-326-0086, and I put it on the screen. Obviously, that says more. If you do both, they still work, but I made it shorter. If you text the word info, 2 of those webinars are going to come up once you sign up and do your, I think it's your email and phone number. 2 of them. The first one is the ILF. That one about an hour.
Go through the process.
The HRA is 14 minutes long. Watch both of them. But the HRA will allow you guys to help Linda tomorrow. Yeah. And Linda will Zelle y'all so fast, it'll scare you. She needs help filling these beds. And as an HRA, which is the stepping stones to you getting into this, that webinar, and if you get the coaching, because that's also inside of this DIY.
Correct.
Guys, I have an HRA business in a box that was once what? I think that was like $2,500. That's inside of this DIY, which teaches you how you can help Linda, and you live in dadgum Oregon.
Yep.
Don't matter where you live. You can fill Linda's beds tomorrow, and Linda will Zelle you wherever your fee is, because I teach you how to charge. So Shay, take it over. I think you had something.
No, you said it. I was just saying, don't hesitate, right? I know,
my VA is helping Jess. We sent Linda 2 clients, I think, last month. Yeah. Linda paid me for that. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah. So if you want to house the homeless and the displaced, you don't need a property. Linda's got the property already. See how that makes sense? Okay.
Listen, Bub, I'm ready to go eat.
Shay's hungry, ladies and gentlemen. So let me check the chat, because you guys did exactly what I wanted tonight, and I appreciate that. So, and this to me is a better format versus me just coming and just blabber information. So thank you to everybody that asked those questions. Otherwise, I'd been going 30 minutes ago. Now, y'all know me. Yeah. Questions, I'll just keep going. So Linda says, I'm in Orlando area between West Colonial and Powers.
And I would say this, even if you're like Phyllis, I know you're stating, where you're at right now, still check out those webinars, because you never know. Our team is very, very fun and loving, and as engaged as you are in these live sessions, they rewatch it, and who knows what they send out, right? Our team is known for creating our giveaways, right? They do certain things that we know nothing about. Yep. They have free reign to do that. So as long as you're in our system, and we can, you can get a text message or an email from us, who knows what the future holds for you. Okay.
Yep. And again, at that $297, guys, not being funny, like that's a game changer to be able to get all of our paperwork, all of the coaching that the ILF Master Blueprint members get.
Correct.
But also get in that group. Remember, guys, the VIP group, and I hope my regular members don't get mad at me, but they paid a lot of money to be in that group, just not being funny. Yeah. This year, we vowed to help more people, and this is going to be one way. And for $47 a month, and again, guys, we're only taking a limited amount of people.
Correct.
I'm probably going to only do that for probably 10 to 15 people. I expect that to sell out fast, because again, if that product's $997 and we're giving it to you for $297, giving you all the paperwork, building your website, giving you all the ebooks, all the curriculum, all the courses, and you get the once a month meeting live with me to ask all your questions. Yeah. To me, that should be the cheat code for somebody getting started this year.
And the fun thing about it too, Derek, is as long as you're in our system, that release of that opportunity will only be distributed in our CRM.
Yep.
So that'll be a select few that they can go in and kind of scatter around and boom and pull those people into it. So again, if you have not text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086 to get your no, that's new. If you text the phrase new, you can get your free gift from us. Fill out
And that's
the
an ebook
contact
entitled
card.
Don't Wait to Be Great.
And that, like Derek said, that is an ebook that you get access to, titled Don't Wait to Be Great. And then if you text more info to that same number, 407-326-0086, you will also get access to those webinars where you can find out more info about what we're talking about tonight, which is the ILF model, as well as the HRA model. I'm done.
So that's pretty much it. I think we answered everything in the chat. Phyllis said that is a game changer. It is, Phyllis. Trust me. Even that Valentine's Day sale, that was a no-brainer for a lot of people.
Fun.
But this DIY, I expect a lot of people to want that. Yeah. So guys, if this is, and you guys are actually getting the head start.
Yeah.
I gave y'all the prelim that is coming, but Alex and Shay is building it. That takes some work, y'all, because I tell y'all to text this word, like people got to build that, right? So for it to be automated eventually,
like
somebody's got to build it. Shay's building a whole bot that's going to be watching over that private Telegram group to make sure that everybody's good. Yeah. So you got to build it. So you're welcome, Phyllis. You are absolutely welcome. And Phyllis, don't forget, make sure that you're watching that HRA webinar and help Linda fill her beds. This is how you're going to get started. Okay. Let me make sure I answer all the questions. And thank you again, Harry, too, man, for just being an encouragement to people. Harry, that should have encouraged a lot of people. We also get a lot of people that watch our replays. So if you're going to watch this on a replay, guys, I would even appreciate that you would just type the word maybe in hashtag encouragement. Just hearing what Harry talked about, and even James, those questions that kind of spurred from James and how we pour it back into you guys there. So James, if you've never done that as well, text the word info to that phone number. We would absolutely love to talk to you after watching that webinar and see how we here at Forster Consultants can help you. Charmaine Sanders, I haven't heard from you in a minute. What's going on, sis, over there in Dayton, Ohio?
Tell Harry, I don't see him in my group yet.
Charmaine better get on my.
I ain't
worried about Harry. Charmaine better get on my calendar though.
I just sent it to him, so he's in there now. Thank you, Harry.
I ain't heard from Charmaine in a minute. We miss you, family. I want to know how that rehab is going too, Charmaine. Charmaine, don't forget, we're live.
Hold on, let me make sure I see Charmaine.
Charmaine's in the group. Charmaine, we're live Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's called Family Talk. And Charmaine, that's just for you all, the IMB members. Every third Wednesday of the month.
Charmaine. I do see her.
She said, hey, just trying to stay warm. Charmaine, how cold is it there right now? The last 2 weeks in Florida been extremely hot. This week kind of got back cold again. Charmaine, what's the temperature there in Canton this week? Or right now, actually?
Too cold.
Harry James, love you too. Two of my favorite. Harry, man, we love and appreciate you too, brother. And Harry, when we do that speaking engagement in South Carolina, we'll probably be working with you in Qatar for some suggestions of some possible places. Oh my God, Charmaine, 13 degrees. Charmaine, please tell me that at least you forgot and you switched it around. It's 31. 13 degrees right now? Lord have mercy.
I don't want it.
There go your big sis in the chat, Harry.
Harry Qatar, I'm ready to see everybody on Wednesday night. Can I tell you how excited I am?
And you guys also bring questions too.
I'm excited.
So it looks like Shay, we hit them all. So Shay, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to feed Shay now.
Please. Before I start getting hangry.
Yes, Linda. Operation New Hope, Linda. I can even send you an email because you're local, so you'll be working kind of with the same people. James says, thank you for answering my questions. Much appreciated. Much love. Thank you, James. Join us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that good stuff.
Hey, James, get you that free ebook by texting new to 407-326-0086. That's our gift, just to say thank you for hanging out with us. So
also, James, on that same phone number, because you were honest enough to tell us that you have a nonprofit already, Shay always does something crazy special for nonprofits with our digital marketing company. So, James, if you're new to us, you have no clue that we also own a digital marketing company by the name of Digital Flow Solutions. In fact, if somebody can put it in the chat so James can check that out. digitalflowsolutions.net. Shay always gives nonprofits an extra oomph in terms of your offering. So James, if that's something that you want, please do that. But if nothing else, James, watch that webinar because we want you in our system just anyway, right? Because you've joined us. My team gonna see it. They see these notes. You just never know what blessing can fall your way, right? And big shout out to about 8 of y'all last week that my team just randomly blessed because you did what I'm gonna call move at the speed of instruction. You guys gave that Google review. And y'all know that I never take that for granted. A lot of people find us simply because you guys take the time out to leave those reviews. Exactly. And remember, I told y'all I never take that for granted. In fact, I pray that God blesses your life when somebody reads your review and they move forward. So thank you to everybody that did that. And James said, will do. So James is still here. Perfect.
Text new, James. New to 407-326-0086. We got a fresh off the press ebook for you.
Yep. And then just text the word info to that same number, and then you'll get that webinar, James. And then my team will see that you watched it, and then they'll schedule a call with you, me, and Shay.
Jump on the call
to talk about again. Because James, I don't talk about nonprofit, bro. Like that's not my game. You'll be talking to Shay on that one. But for the gist of how to run this thing, you will be talking to me. But website build out, digital flow solutions, and nonprofit, that's all Shay and Latrell. And really quick, just because you're new to us, James, I think you are. I'm gonna have Shay show you something.
Hold on, James. I'm gonna blow your mind real quick. You ready?
I'm gonna have Shay show you something.
I'm gonna show James. Go ahead, quick, hurry.
No, talk.
Okay.
I just want to show him
James,
your VA.
Really powerful. So I've been, my nonprofit is about five years old this year. Initially was, trying to do everything, all things to this nonprofit by myself. And what I did is I wanted to start really ramping up my grants. So what I did is because we also have a VA staffing agency. So I started searching for a virtual assistant that could write grants. This is Latrell that you see on the screen, and he is my grant writer. So he is 25 years old, and he is from the Philippines. He has a degree in, it's computer science, but he's also in school now to do, I think it's marketing something. But he is my grant writer. Latrell has been with me just at a year. I think this month makes a year exactly. And he has won several grants, one being $10,000 from a very known bank. That particular bank relationship has become really solid. And I've not only gotten that one grant from that bank, but I have literally gotten a second grant from that bank. So those grants for last year were equaled up to $13,500. And then I got another call or email. Well, Latrell got an email, and that bank stated they had surplus in their donor budget, and they could not take that or carry it into 2025's books. So guess what? They are writing me another check for $5,000.
Oh, Shay, I'm so sad because you had to receive a big check because the bank couldn't keep it. Big shout out to Shay, ladies and gentlemen.
No, not a big shout out to me. It's a big shout out to Latrell.
Yeah,
because
truly.
Latrell was the one that found the relationship. Latrell was the one that, sat me down long enough to say, hey, let's build out our ask for, the fiscal year. What are we looking to do? What are our programs? Let's really get things tidied up. And then ma'am, just let me loose. And that's what I did. So had it not been for Latrell really collaborating with me and my team, and then also building these relationships with these banks and other organizations, I wouldn't be where I am today. So super grateful that I don't have to do all of the grant writing, researching, and all of that stuff myself. I've got a very young, sprucey gentleman that
who's
is
trained in grant writing. Yeah. So in case if you guys missed it, Latrell is a virtual assistant, guys, that works remotely in the Philippines. So for us, in every business that we have, guys, Shay and I can't be this great, first of all, without God first, without softwares and systems, that's digital flow solutions, and without these VAs. Yeah. So when people say, well, Derek, what makes you all so successful with all you guys do? God first, digital flow solutions, because that runs every business that we have, because it's our website, CRM, phone, social media, email campaigns, funnels, automations, And then the last piece is these VAs, y'all. Shay does not write grants. Shay does not look for grants.
I know how, but
can you imagine having a virtual assistant, guys, at $5 an hour that can get you $10,000 grants, $3,000 grants? God, this guy is worth his weight in gold in terms of what he does for the Angela Denise Foundation. Now, one thing that I've been trying to get the trail, I know I'm not nonprofit, but can you find me a grant? So he does look for me, but his main job, like that's Shay's right hand, and I don't get in that. Shay and I have a team of VAs, as you guys can see. But when it comes to my right hand, most of y'all know it. That's Jess. Jess is my right hand, right? And Latrell is Shay's right hand, and Jess is still Shay's other hand. So Jess does a lot for us, as you guys know. Virtual assistants are a big part of what we do. We won't get into that right now. But again, big shout out to everybody that joined us today. I want to say thank you. You guys could have been in a whole lot of places, but y'all chose to be here, and we appreciate that. So without further ado, I'm going to get you guys out of here. I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Have a blessed night.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants, as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.